Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Facebook James here, coming to you live from Dolphin Studios. Hopefully everything is well. We got a wonderful show. We got a couple of videos. We have a recap of the Birmingham scrimmage for both varsity and JV, and we might have a special guest in the person of Chris Hyduke, the varsity head coach. We'll see. I know I'm going live a little bit early on a different day. So after this intro, we'll just kind of make it all make sense. And so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. And let me know if you're here in the comments. So right after this intro, we will go ahead and get into the wonderful information related to Pali football. Thanks for watching.
Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win!
Oh, yeah!
Stop playing with a P! 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 Stop playing with a P!
Some call it the gridiron.
Nice run, way to skim it.
Others, 100 yards of pay.
Ah, too much.
We just like to call it football.
Football.
With Facebook James.
Football, baby.
Hey, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching live, do me a favor. Just let me know that you're watching live. Go ahead and drop some comments in this section if you can. If you're watching, we're actually live in 3 places. We're live on YouTube, we're live on our Facebook page, and we're live on our Twitter page. And so if you happen to be watching the live event, go ahead and just let us know. Go ahead and throw Go Dolphins in the comment if you're watching live. And even if you're watching in the replay, sometimes, I usually say hashtag replay squad, because sometimes, people check out the video and the information after I go live. And so, like I said, I know today is Tuesday. I normally go live on a Monday. However, we had a wonderful birthday celebration for baby girl. And so, that's what happened Monday night. That's why I did not go live. And I know that'll probably happen one other time, probably in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see. But hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I see Matthias is watching. What's going on, Matthias? Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you, my man. And let's go ahead and get into some of the updates that we have. If I can find my music over here. Matthias, let me know if it's too loud, okay? Here we go. Yeah, it's definitely too loud. All right, here we go. All right, so we thank you for tuning in. And we know that you have so many other things that you can be doing on a Tuesday evening here in Los Angeles. It's nice weather, and we're definitely into week 0 here in Pali football. So let's go ahead and give you some updates real quick. All right, so our first update is this right here. If you are a dad, Matthias says the music sounds good. I appreciate it, my man. Listen, if you are a dad, we need you. That's right. We need you. So one of the reasons why I got involved with Pali football the way that I am right now is because I wanted to see the up close in person. I wanted to see the hits. I wanted to hear all the sights and sounds being on the field. And so being a photographer, I figured that was probably the best way for me to get on the field, to use my skills to capture some of the footage. Now, I started off with the JV team when my oldest son played JV, and then he matriculated up to varsity, and then my other 2 sons. I haven't left the field since doing, working the social media for the football team. And so, dads, let me tell you, watching the game, whether it's the JV game or the varsity game on the field at home games, is a wonderful, wonderful experience. And so we need you. We need you to sign up. There are plenty of opportunities for our dads to sign up, especially, for all of our home games. Not so much visitor games, but definitely for our home games. And so there is information right there. And we'll post this graphic on our social media as well. We just want the dads to sign up. And you know what? Hey, moms, if you want to come out and we're not going to discriminate, it doesn't matter. We just want someone to represent some of our families and be a participant. And so if you want an on-field experience, being a part of the chain gang is a wonderful way for you to experience the game. Now, the only caveat is that you cannot really cheer and high five and because you're actually on the opposite, you're on the opponent's sideline working the chain gang, and so that's usually it's a three-person job. They work hand in hand with the referee, and so you can't really cheer because you're on the opposite sideline, but you can definitely watch, see the sights and sounds. And so, dads, we need you. You can go to our Sign Up Genius and sign up for all of our home games. We have about 5 home games this season, and if we're lucky, we'll have a couple of playoff games as well. So, dads, we'll drop this graphic in our social media platforms, and so we really need you to sign up for all of our home games, and so that that way we can have a chain gang who can make sure that our first downs, or the opponent's first downs, making sure the game runs smoothly. So it's a very, very necessary job, and we just want our dads and moms, aunts, uncles, whoever, it doesn't matter. We just want you to participate and be a part of our chain gang. So that's the first update, and then let's get into some of the games. Before we get into that, again, we're going to talk about this until we're black and blue in the face. Pali merch. You can go to the merch store, and then, as you saw a couple of minutes ago, I kind of switched my hats. So let me switch this is my bucket hat, and I believe we are sold out of the bucket hats. However, we might have some on order. Some of the merch you can purchase online. You can go to Press and Sew, as you see right there, pressandsew.com, and get your merch. Some of the hats, like this bucket hat right here, I think we're all sold out. However, we were ordering some more. We have visors as well. If I was a smart man, I would have grabbed Savior's visor and kind of put that on for you as well. But I do have my other Pali hat. Let me see if I can reach it. Yes. So let me switch it out. And we got this wonderful hat right here. Isn't it cool? So we have some offerings, but definitely a lot of our t-shirts and hoodies are sold on the Press and Sew website. But then also we're going to have crop tops, pajama bottoms, hats, bucket hats, visors. Some of those items will be sold in the stadium on game nights. And so you have an opportunity to purchase some stuff online, some merch online, and also in the stadium on game nights. And then here, I believe we talk about some of our games. So week zero begins, which is our first home game this Friday, against El Camino Real. Now, I don't know if you heard in the news, but El Camino Real is not allowed to use their field right now because it's damaged. I mean, when we were there for the 7-on-7, the field was actually coming apart. And I believe my son has brought part of El Camino's, artificial turf. It's in my backyard because when he went to clean his cleats because of the just the turf that was stuck on his cleats. I mean, he just kind of was knocking his shoes around, and so I think I have bits and pieces of El Camino's field. But it doesn't really matter because for us, it's our first home game, and so for them, it's a visiting situation for them. But yeah, this coming Friday, JV is at 4. And our varsity goes at 7 o'clock. And so, parents, we really need you to volunteer to sign up on our Sign Up Genius. And again, we'll put that information just like we will for our chain game. But hey, Pali football, it's here, baby. Get ready. It's a wonderful time. Next 11 weeks is going to be full of, plays. And we're just going to have one time out on the field. So, week 0 this week against El Camino Real, which is my alma mater, class of 1986. But yeah, so I'm always conflicted when we scrimmage and when we play. This is the first time I think we've played El Camino in a very long time in terms of a real game situation. So this coming Friday, August 19th, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, JV and varsity. And let me add, I just found out that we're going to use the website GoFan just like we used last year to purchase tickets. And so we'll put that information on our social media as well. GoFan is going to be the place that you can buy your tickets for the games. It makes things go much quicker than before than having the paper tickets. And so again, we'll make sure we put that out on social media so that everyone can know how to purchase tickets for not only this game, but probably for the rest of the season as well. All righty. And then after that, next week, August 26th, we will be traveling to the Valley again to play San Fernando. And so we just asking that you come on out and support. Usually Pally football fans travel really, really well. And so, again, the JV game is at 4 o'clock. Varsity game is at 7. And we want you to come on out to the San Fernando Community High School, I believe is the real name, and have some fun and root us on against the Tigers there. And then that following week, we'll go back to the Valley for the Charter Bowl at Granada Hills Charter High School. And so this has always been a wonderful rivalry, and I think we've probably won the last 7 or 8 Charter Bowls, right? It's been in our possession for a while. So we aim to keep the possession. The varsity really wants to keep this trophy. It's a coveted item. And so we look forward to, again, having our fans travel to the hot Valley. But hopefully around 7 o'clock, it'll be a lot cooler. Those boys who are playing on the JV team, it's going to be kind of hot, kind of warm. So just make sure that you bring fluids, and we're going to cheer our boys on to victory. So for both of those games, for both San Fernando and for Granada Hills, especially the varsity as they participate in the Charter Bowl. All righty, I think that's all of the updates that I need to give. We talked about the Go. We talked about the GoFan website where you can purchase tickets. We talked about the 3 upcoming games, and especially this particular game this week. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the comments really, really quick. If I can find, there we are. Okay, so let's dive into the comments. Matias Hernandez, what's going on, Matias? He says, "Go Dolphins." Thank you for watching, the young man. And then he also commented earlier, says, "Hey, the music sounds good." So I appreciate you, my man. Thank you for watching. And then Octavia Washington says, "Hey, Facebook James, thanks for the service. Washington twin grandmom watches weekly when not in attendance." And absolutely, you know what? I'm glad you said that, Miss Washington. I'm give you your props and your respect. I'm glad you said that, because what I will be doing for the next several games, let me go back to my main situation here. What I will be doing, if you're new to Pally football, I will be live streaming. Yes, I will be live streaming the games, the varsity games, on our Pally High School Facebook page. And so I usually go live maybe 5 or 10 minutes before the game. And so just, hang tight close to Pally football. And once you see me go live, I will broadcast both quarters, both halves, I'm sorry, of the football game. So you're going to get really tired of hearing my voice and all of my shenanigans. And so thank you for that reminder. Yes, I will be live around 6:50, 6:55 to bring you the games. And so I know a lot of families send the feed out, send the link out to their family members who are unable to watch the game in person. We've had people watch as far as Texas, New York, and even Spoonermore's family. His mom was watching. Amy was watching from Thailand. So that's a good thing. We've had people watching from Spain. So it's a wonderful thing. We are definitely worldwide. So it's great to bring that service and to all the Pally supporters. So appreciate you, Octavia, calling that to my attention. Now, let's go ahead and get into the JV report. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So check this out. Last week was our scrimmage week against Birmingham High School in the Valley. Again, it was hot. However, our varsity team really came to play. I mean, they were focused. They executed plays. And, it's kind of hard to expect, it's hard to expect just the success that they had, especially with the coaching change. And so it just looks like, the team that Coach Marsden had is just continuing under Coach Todd. We have some of the same players. I did have a chance to interview 2 of the players, and I think Matias is here watching. He's one of them, him and Liam. I would consider them definitely the leaders of the team. Anytime you look at the QB is definitely going to be the leader of the team. And then just Matias, I just kind of not Matias, Liam, I just kind of witnessed his personality on the field during the scrimmage, and he's a 2-year player on JV. And so just had a wonderful time interviewing them. And so let me go ahead and show you the JV report from the player's perspective. And then after that, we did have a chance to talk to Coach Todd about his expectations, about the scrimmage, and then what he hopes to accomplish during the season. So first, let's go ahead with the young men, Matthias and Liam.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Facebook James here with the JV Report. And in the scrimmage today, we have tall drink of water, Matthias, and then we have Liam right here. So let me go ahead and ask Liam, just kind of get their general thoughts about participating in the scrimmage today, man. So Liam, how do you think you did today against Birmingham?
Against their run and their passing, I think we did okay. Like against their run, I think we really locked down because like after the first 10 plays, we really saw that they were only running inside and outside runs. So we kind of locked down on that, and we were just penetrating. We just kept penetrating, and we were stopping the ball.
Absolutely. Well, I know this is your second time on JV, man. Tell me just your thoughts. Playing JV last year, and then just your second go around with JV this year. What are your expectations? I'm sure you're one of the leaders on the JV squad. So just kind of tell us your expectations and what do you hope the team is going to do this year?
I mean, this year, we want to go undefeated again. Last year, we had a good run. We had some mismatched teams. We played Valley teams, weren't even in our league. This year, I think we got a good schedule ahead of us, and I think we're going to really lock down and get the wins.
Cool. And then last question, Liam, your impressions with Coach Todd. He took over, and this is a good question. Just what is the main difference that you've seen between Coach Morrison and Coach Todd?
So I've worked with Coach Todd before, when I was younger. I did some of his camps when I was a little younger. So I've known him. He's a great head coach, and I miss Marsden, man. I loved Marsden. He was a go. He got me to love this sport and everything. Last year I had so much fun, and this year I'm looking to have fun again with a new head coach and stuff. Yeah, but they're both solid.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely, man. Well, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you. I was just standing on the sidelines talking to our photographer, Steve Galuzzo, and just, for me, I can see the leadership, that you displayed on the field. So good luck this year. Continue to rally the boys, and I'm hoping that you guys go 10-0 this year.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. All right, Matthias, step on in here, man. So tell us, you are, how tall are you, first of all?
6'5".
Man, he's 6'5". So, and I imagine you grew up playing QB?
Yep, yes, sir.
Okay, so what middle school did you come from?
Paul Revere Middle School.
Okay, and did they have a flag team or a football team over there?
No, I played club with the LA City Ducks.
Okay, LA City Ducks. Okay, cool. So after you've been on the field, your first scrimmage, man, in high school, congratulations, you made it through. How does the football, high school football, compare to club football?
I mean, I feel the same. Honestly, it feels the same, but club is a little bit. It's intense. It was intense for me, and maybe that this is my second year, I'm more comfortable. I feel.
Gotcha. No, you look real comfortable. You had some weapons, that you can throw to, and then you had some pretty speedy guys, man. Tell us about some of the guys that you have on your squad this year.
We are stacked. There's not a word. It's just stacked. So good. We have King. I threw a touchdown to. So fast. So good. First year playing football. He's insane. We have Tavian. I love Tavian. I love throwing to him. We have LaHenry. He's a beast. We have Jasper, 6'2" something, massive. We have Terrell, 6'2" something. We're so good this year. So good.
Absolutely. Well, look, hopefully we can develop a partnership, man. After every JV game, just come seek me out, man. I'll give you some mic time. Because JV, sometimes doesn't give you any love, but here at Pali, we kind of show our JV and varsity a whole bunch of love. So, good game, man. You look like you were comfortable out there. Last question: What did you see? What kind of reads were you making on the defense? What were they giving you out there on the field?
Well, it's one safety, so I'm just looking to push deep. I saw on a corner, safety just completely left him wide open, so I hit that. I just think I was just looking straight at the safety, and he wasn't there.
Absolutely. Well, man, look, I'm not going to hold you. Congratulations, you guys really put it down on Birmingham today. And again, we just look forward to wonderful things this season. So congrats on your first scrimmage, your first varsity scrimmage. And we'll see you next week against El Camino.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so that's Facebook James signing off. here with the JV report. Just finished talking to Liam and Matthias. I call him a tall drink of water. So it was a wonderful time. They actually dominated out here on the JV field against Birmingham. So, man, these boys look tall, they look hungry, and they look like they want to win. So I'm signing off. And again, thanks for watching. Facebook James signing off.
Yeah. They were, listen, they were ready from the get-go. I mean, you know, just seeing the maturity from, just seeing the maturity from last year and this year. I see you, Coach Hyduke. If you want to hop on, it's all good, my man. Just seeing the maturity from last year to this year. I think it's been consistent in terms of our JV football team. And then, last year we actually played Birmingham. Our JV squads played each other on the Thursday. I remember that, on the Thursday night. And, because you think about Birmingham. Birmingham was city champions, right, last year. And you think that, they would have a good, what we call a farm system. The JV teams are kind of like the farm clubs for the big boys, if I can use a baseball analogy, right? So, eventually the JV boys will kind of matriculate up to varsity. And so their JV team really didn't look as good as ours did, right? From the get-go. Just Matthias just throwing passes, and the boys making plays, making catches. Their runs were nice. They executed well. Now they did have some penalties. We'll talk about that in another after we watch the next video. But no, if we kept score, it probably would have been like 56 to 0. And Birmingham's offense just couldn't get it going. Our defense was on top of things as well. And so, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, they executed well for a JV team, and it looks like they're ready. And so we're just so anxious for them to hit the field. And we did have an opportunity to talk to Coach Todd as well. And so these are his thoughts, just a few clips, and then just his interview, just talking about how he put the JV team together. So let's go for it.
Offense, everybody gets in on defense in these 20 plays. All right? This is time. You all right, Matt? Max? You all right? He's like, I got you, man. That's all we're doing. You still living in Cedar? Like, there's somewhere else now.
He got up. He's like,
We got to go. Let's get a break right here. And, hey, finish out. We're going to take the foot off the pedal because I told you there's no letdown because we switched the team. I don't think our offense should drop any level. Our defense should not drop any level. The expectations are still there. I don't care if you're 2, 3, 4. The expectation is to play hard and stop everybody and to score on everybody. All right? Let's get a break.
Pally on me, Pally on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, boys. So big. That was a big country.
Thank you, man. For having me.
Very well done today on the defensive side of the ball. However, we had 45 yards on 3 penalties. And one of those penalties was inside the 5-yard line, which means they get an automatic first down and a half the distance to the goal. That's unacceptable, and that's lazy feet. That's reaching instead of drawing pistols and getting your feet going. Other than that, very happy with you all. Let's go.
All right, so Facebook James here with Coach Todd, man. Congratulations, you got your first scrimmage underway. Tell us, what did you tell the boys prior to coming out here to Birmingham?
Definitely. Thank you very much, first of all, first win. Coming out here, I told them how hard it was going to be because I live in the Valley, I understand that, but how we got to execute our plays, what we practice. We can't be a team that looks kind of erratic and chaotic. I don't like that. I don't like chaos. I like controlled plays and our movements and execution to be on point. That's why we practice. So they really executed the plays really well. Our offense is a little bit different than what they've had. And for me, my offense is what I believe in. How do I incorporate some of the varsity offense because I want these kids to understand the next level for them. But the offense has to be my personality, mixed with varsity. So, that's what they did, and I was proud of them. Our quarterback was great.
Absolutely. No, so you got a 6'5" freshman, man.
Yes.
Just some of your initial thoughts about Matias out there on the field.
You know what? I talked to Matias on the phone the other night. Very impressed with his poise and very impressed with him being the first time high school player. I've been working with Matias since he was 6 years old. He's really good kid, good class act, and he sprouted up to 6'5". He was never that for me. But now I get to get him again and really, kind of really help him his quarterback game. He's pretty new to quarterback position, but it showed me today that he's really serious about becoming the face and the future of Pali football. That's why I told him, I said, you're the future of Pali football, man. They don't get 6'5" quarterbacks over here very often.
Okay, and last question. I know you got to go hop on the bus and
yes.
take the boys back to the school. Your defense side of the ball, man. Just kind of talk about what you saw tonight, and then I guess 2 questions. Were you surprised that Birmingham came out so weak?
First of all, I was very surprised by that with Birmingham. I didn't know if it was our defense was really good, our team was really good, Birmingham was pretty bad. I wasn't sure, but either way, we got to do what we do, what we practice to do. And our defense was everywhere we asked them to be. They made plays, they created plays on the first team and second team, and Coach Loftus really got these guys running to the ball, doing some really good things, and I was impressed. They've been going against our offense, and it's for them to run it. The best part about it, the offense that they saw from Birmingham, we had never prepared for that.
Yeah, the wing team.
Yeah, the wing team. I said that's the worst offense in football to defend.
Yes.
But they did excellent, and aside from a few penalties from face masking, which I understand these being inexperienced players, they got get that out their system. But everything else, I was more than proud of. I was really proud of the team, the whole effort of the team. And, looking forward to a really good season from this team. And I told them my expectation level is really high.
Yeah.
Because that's me as a coach, and I just want our players to have high expectations. Well, I don't want them to be cocky, arrogant, or any of those things, but I want them to expect to win games and to score points and to stop people, because that's what we coach them to do. That's it.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate you, man. We'll see you next week against El Camino at home.
Yes, sir.
So I heard you gave the boys a day off tomorrow and
yes,
Saturday.
Sir. They
so
deserve it.
Absolutely.
They deserve it.
So we'll see you next week against our first home opener at El Camino.
All right. Appreciate it, sir.
Appreciate it, my man.
You guys be good. Thank you.
All right. That was Coach Ty. And, hey, they got to win. They look good tonight or today against Birmingham. And so we'll see them next week against El Camino Real.
All righty. Yeah, so it was just a hot day, but let me tell you, the JV team, they really executed very, very well. And I didn't mean, let me take back just in case someone is watching from Birmingham. I didn't mean to say you guys were necessarily weak, but I think our team came out, they were strong, they knew what to do, and they just kind of rendered Birmingham just didn't allow them to do anything, offense or defense. And so, definitely don't want to put down another opponent because, yes, it is just a scrimmage. And the boys, they were tired of hitting each other in practice for, the several weeks leading up into the scrimmage. And so, they had an opportunity to scrimmage against another team. And our boys really executed like they knew what, they knew the assignment, as folks would say in social media. They knew the assignment and they knew what they had to do. And yeah, I love, the 6'5" quarterback on the JV squad. And so he looked confident. He looked cool, calm, and collected. And, I'm just hoping that, they do really, really well. They continue the tradition of having a winning squad for the JV team. So hats off to Matias. And then let me just say this. He did say thank you for featuring the interview. I really appreciate that. This is an awesome podcast. And so it kind of speaks to what Coach Ty was saying. He's a real nice young man. And this is, his first time playing in high school. And so, it is a jump from playing Pop Warner. The game is a lot faster, even on the JV teams. And so, hopefully he can kind of, continue to develop and maybe become, like he said, the face of Pally football. He mentioned some of his other Matias mentioned some of his other teammates who are kind of tall as well. And so the front line is big. The receivers are fast. The runners are quick, and hopefully Pally JV football is going to do what they need to do. So and then now I know Coach Hyduke just said he just got home. And so, we did send him an invite. And so hopefully, Coach, if you're still watching, if you want to hop on, you have the link to hop on, and, we can kind of chop it up against the varsity. Now, in looking at the varsity scrimmage wasn't as exciting as the JV scrimmage, but I think they put some things together. They saw what they needed to do to take the next step. Their first home game again is this coming week, this Friday against El Camino Real, and so I'm sure they have a game plan in full effect. They've made some decisions as it relates to what they call adjustments. Sorry, I'm sure they made some adjustments, and we'll see what they have to see if they're ready to come out and execute and do what they need to do. So you had some really good plays from Chris Washington. I will mention him. Him and Xavier. They were pretty nice from the backfield. We have Zach and Roman, I believe, playing at our QB. And so, we're a young team. Our varsity is a very young team. And so just looking at them from other previous Pally teams, for me, they just need a little swag, a little bit more confidence, I think, because they are a young team. Some of these young men have never played football on this level before. And so, they're also playing behind the legend of a 10-0 team the previous season. And so all of those things are in play. They're nervous. And so hopefully the seniors that we have on the team are really going to talk it up and really infuse some swag and some swag on the team so that they can perform and take it game by game. That's the most important thing. We're not trying to go 10-0 out the gate. Let's just take it game by game. And so that's what the pro athletes and collegiate athletes do. You just take it game by game, snap by snap. And if you can win most of the snaps and score more points than the opponent, then you're going to win no matter what the case is, if it's a high-scoring game or if it's a low-scoring game. So we just want our boys to do the best that they can. Our coaches are going to put them in the best position to win. And so we got a gang of coaches, and that's one thing that I haven't seen in a long time at Pally football. We have a lot of coaches who are dedicated to making our boys get better and better play after play. And so yeah. It is what it is. We're going to see what it's all about this coming Friday at home. And so we encourage everyone to hop on. I'm just trying to wait a couple of minutes just in case Coach Hyduke wants to hop on. Let me just check my messenger real quick. Hopefully you guys are, kind of enjoying the show. And we'll do this weekly. Hopefully next week we'll have what I call a varsity player profile, and so just kind of highlight one of the varsity team members, and we'll go from there. So let me just check my messenger really quick, and if okay, so if Coach Hyduke can hop on, if he can't, then that's all good. We'll just we'll talk to him maybe before the game or after the game next week. You owe me one, Coach. Anyway, hey, I appreciate everyone watching. We try to keep it between 30, 35, no more than 40 minutes each session. So with that, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Again, I can't say it enough. This is our first. Oh, okay. Hey, Coach, he's asking about the link. So let me see if I can send it to you right now. You guys, hold on. We're trying to get Big Coach in here real quick. Hey, Coach, if you're looking in your messenger, it's going to be the same exact link. It's going to be the same exact link, okay? So if you're in Messenger, let me see if I can send it to you real quick, and then maybe we will have Coach Hyduke on to talk about the varsity team. Let's see. Hold on. Copy. Oh, yeah. Okay. And thank you guys for bearing with us. I really appreciate it. Let's see if we can send it to Coach. Hi, Duke. Get him on here. CHRS. HYDUKE. Now, if you guys are watching, tell me your favorite parts of the football season. What is it? Who's your favorite player? Who you want to see go off this year? And so if you can tell me that as we're kind of stalling a little bit for for Coach. Let's see here. We're going to make it happen, you guys. We're going to make it happen. Let's see. Hold on. Where is it? Okay. Let's see. All right. Hold on, Coach. I think I might be able to hook you up real quick, okay? Let me go to Compose. 2. And we copy the link one more time. We might have it. We might have it. Copy link. Copy. And those of you who are watching, thank you for live. Okay. All right, let's see if we can. Okay, Coach, if you're still watching, I'll just send it to you. So Octavia says, as she answers my question, thank you. Let me go over here to my comment screen real quick. Octavia says that she loves the team. My grandsons, Chris and Nicholas Washington. Go Dolphins. Thank you. Octavia, are you close by? Are you in LA? I think you're out of state, correct? I think you're out of state. So, man, I appreciate, and that's the best thing about doing a live stream like this, going live on Facebook. A lot of family and friends and get a chance to see what Pali football is all about. Not only family and friends, but sometimes opponents. We've had trolls hop on from the opposite team, and as we're winning, they're trying to claim their stake and root for their fans. I'm like, hey, get off our live. Go get your own live, right? But yeah, we just have fun and just trying to do the very best we can for our Pali football community. And so no matter where you go on the Friday night, if I'm on the field, just know that I'm gonna bring Pali football to you live in full effect. And so thank you again, Octavia Washington, for watching. I really appreciate. You in Inglewood? Okay. So she says, hold on, and see, this is the power of live stream when people make it interactive. She lives in Inglewood. Last year, she was looking from Lake Providence, Louisiana. Okay, absolutely. See, I remember. I knew it was somewhere that you were watching from. So she's over here. You're over here in my neck of the woods. Dolphin Studios is in Inglewood. We're actually over here near the SoFi Stadium. So trying to see if I can borrow some bandwidth, from SoFi Stadium. But okay, it's good to know. Hopefully, Octavia, come on out to a football game, and hopefully we'll get a chance to meet. I did meet one of my one of the coach's wives, who I always say hi to her on the live, and so that's Coach Garcia's wife. Her name is Tammy, and so I always say, hey Tammy, can you get your man? Or I'll say, hey Tammy, and so it's just always good to see people, parents, say, hey, you're that guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm that guy, and so so it's always great to see fans and supporters, just repping Pali and doing what we can. All righty, we might have the man, the myth, the legend. Let me see if I can assign him to guest one. And all right, see, so coming into the room, you guys, I mean, I knew it was going to be a struggle when I sent out the bat signal, because we're traditionally going live at 7:30, and so this man, he just hovered above the freeway, above the street, and got home as quick as he could, just to have a conversation. And so I bring to you all the man, the myth, the legend. Let me see if I can get him. Hopefully this works. There he is. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Jim.
How you feeling, man?
Made it. We got it. It took us 20 minutes to figure it out, but we got it. Finally.
It's all good. It's all good, Coach. It's good to see you, man. So I'm not going to keep you because I know you kind of hovered down Temescal in the freeway, and you might be a little tired. But I appreciate you hopping on, man, and just talking about the varsity scrimmage a little bit and the team in general. So I appreciate you.
Sure. The traffic was unusually complicated tonight, so it did take a little extra.
Yeah. Plus, I know there's a couple of concerts over here at SoFi in the Forum, and so that's always going to create a lot of traffic, especially for folks who want to check out their favorite performers. So again, I just appreciate you hopping on, and let's go ahead and hop into it, Coach.
Yeah.
So last, I can tell last week that you were kind of ticked off at just how the team performed. So we're not going to talk too much about the scrimmage. We'll kind of leave that in the past. But before we get started, man, just tell us your favorite Pali football memory. I know you got tons of them, so just share one before we get started.
I think it was like my third year up here at Pali, and I came up and Pali had beat Venice for like 14 or 15 seasons. It was a lot of losses to Venice, and we were able to beat them at their house 14-7 to break that grip they had on Pali.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a 14-7 against Venice, and I think it was like a 16-year losing record that we broke.
It was.
Yeah, 16-year losing, and so that was amazing to do it on their field, and so I believe. I think one of my sons, I think my oldest son was a part of that squad.
I think he was,
yeah,
correct.
I think he was a senior when that happened. So that was a good time. That was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great win for the program and a great win for Coach Hyde and the whole staff.
Absolutely. So then, again, I guess I can ask this question: What brings you back year after year when you could just put your feet up and chill with your wife? What brings you back to the football field every year, Coach?
Well, Jim, I think if I stopped coaching, I'd probably die. To be honest with you, it keeps me going. It keeps the fluids going.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, that's good. That's a real question, because you hear a lot of times when people retire and things of that nature, they succumb to health issues or, something happens. And so I think it's, very important for folks to do what they love. And obviously you have shown and proven that you love Pali football. I know it's in your blood with your dad being an All-American at Pepperdine. And went on to, coach around in the South Bay. So I know it's in the blood, and quite frankly, it'd probably be hard for you to kind of stop and not do anything on the football field.
It would be very difficult. It's just so wired into me, from a young age that I really don't know what I would do if I wasn't coaching football somewhere or helping or doing something.
Absolutely. Good answer, Coach. Okay, so let's, just a couple of questions, and then, like I said, we don't want to keep you too long, but we really, again, I just can't stress, the fact that, you made a beeline and hopped on the live. So I really, really appreciate it. So just a couple of questions. We have a young team, right? We have a young team. So how will your staff, because you have a gang of coaches on the staff, how will your staff of coaches encourage the young people that's on the team, because you have a young team? How will they help develop tenacity, which just as a spectator, I just kind of saw that lacking in some of the guys, or a lot of the guys, not all. I did see some tenacity on some of the senior guys, but you have a young team. So how will you kind of build and foster the tenacity on
Well, Jim, I think it's there. I just think the game is so much faster at the varsity level that these young kids, we have a bunch of sophomores playing too. And the game is so fast and different. I think as time goes on and they see more games and get them under their belt, they'll adjust to what we're doing and be okay. I just think we got to stay positive, got to challenge them, got to show them what they do right, show them what they do wrong. Try and stay positive, which sometimes can be difficult with a young team. And I think we have the kids to make it happen. We just got to make them believers, and show them the ropes and how much different the varsity game is versus the JV game is a big difference.
Yeah, it is. It is a big difference, and like you said, you're going to have a lot of sophomores playing, and so when you have previous years where you have seniors like 20 and 25 seniors on a team, this year is probably maybe less than 15 or right at 15. There's a big difference because you're calling on maybe some of these seniors to kind of play both ways. You're having to kind of foster the playing ability for some of these young sophomores and juniors. So it is a bit much that you're asking because, like you said, the game is a lot faster than JV, and so they have to kind of grow up really, really quick and and get with it instead of they have to get with the game before the game gets with them, right?
Exactly. So what we're trying to do is solidify and simple it down a little bit for them so they don't have to think so much and they can run more. And as we go along, add little bits and pieces to the puzzle. It just don't overwhelm them. Both quarterbacks that are challenging for the job are both juniors. They haven't played the varsity game either. So it's complicated with a young team.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know you guys will get the job done. And, like you said, like I said before you hopped on, it's about taking it, one snap at a time, game by game. And, of course, we're dealing with the legendary 10-0 season, right?
Yeah,
so,
definitely, yeah.
Folks, I've talked to some parents of, folks are like, okay, are we going 10-0 this year? I'm like, hold on. That was kind of an anomaly, right? I mean, to do it once was great, but to do it again, that'll be extra difficult, right?
I think then I might quit. You could go two 10-0s, man. That might be the sign. We've had some real good teams at Pali, though. We've been 9-2, 9-3, 8-6, but 10-0 is kind of special.
Yeah, absolutely. So then my question is, what are some of your expectations, or how do you manage the expectations for the boys on the field? And I'm really not worried so much about the supporters because they're sitting back, they're kind of observing and wanting the best for the boys, of course. But it's really incumbent upon the players to execute. And so, what kind of expectations do you see or have you set before the team? Coming after coming with the 10-0 season previous year.
Well, I think I'm going to try to impress upon them that they don't have to be last year's team, number one. We can be our own team and get better each week by the time we get to league. So we're going to slow everything down. We talked to coaching staff. We had a little bit of a meeting and talked about slowing things down. Just get really good at a couple of things and then move on to something again, more, and go slower. Like with the older group, the kids we've had the last couple of years, we just add on to what they've already known. And we have a lot of offense and defense. These young men are going to have to understand, and the coaches, that we're going to be a lot slower. I think that's what it is, Coach. Be good at one or two things and then move on to the next one or two things. I think that's the challenge for the coaches and for the players. We got to move slower, not get impatient. It'll come, but if we try and overdo it, we'll look like like we did the other day all the time, and we got to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, it's the boys are gonna have to battle through some adversity, and I mean quite frankly, the whole team is coaching staff and players are gonna have to battle, and that's what football is all about. You can't win them all, right? You play to win, you right? Coaches, there's a sign about, you play to win the game. I think that was Herman Edwards. You play to win the game, right? But you might not win them all.
Yeah.
But I know, I just know that your staff and just seeing them during the 7-on-7 season, now, they're going to put, they're going to simplify the game so that the young ones can understand the speed and the depth of playing the skill or playing how they need to play on the field. So
well, I think that Thursday game really woke up a lot of the younger kids. And hey, we were playing the city champs, man. They're
absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
And they saw the difference in the speed of the game. I think they didn't really believe that there was that much difference in the speed of the game. And you have to be on your game to win. You got to be on your game to beat teams. Winning a football game is a hard thing most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's what the kids say. That's facts.
Yeah,
All right,
it is hard. And
yeah.
we do have a good staff. I want to give a call out to the staff we have. We have assembled, I think, one of the better staffs that we've had in a while. And very proud of that. And we'll get to where we need to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you will. I know, just like I said, from being around the coaches and being around the boys with little, even for me, I have to learn, I have to learn it out of the boys. I'm like, okay, who are you? And so I'm looking at previous, like last year's program book. I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. I'm trying to figure out names. And because they're always saying, hey, Mr. Riley, or hey, Facebook James, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, hey, what's going on? So for me, I'm like, okay, who's that guy? Who's this guy, right?
I'm having the same I'm going, hey, you now. It's like, I know maybe 5 or 10 of you.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
game is all over the place.
Absolutely. But like I said, I know that the coaches are going to put in a wonderful plan so that they can execute against El Camino. So last question here, Coach.
Sure.
Who are some of your offense and defensive players who will be leading the team on the field and, quite frankly, off the field as well?
I think your son has had a great spring with us and a summer, and he's playing the game. There's the difference there. He's got a year of experience under him, and it shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
And really on defense, we only have maybe 2 or 3 kids back.
Yeah.
And your son is going to be one of those guys that we're going to lean on. And other than that, they're all new.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, on defense. And we're hoping that we Eric Daniels is looking good on the D line, and we finally got Evan back. Evan's a good, strong kid. We don't have all our parts, but I think this week we'll have them all back for the El Camino game.
Sure.
But it's going to be your son and Evan and Eric, the Daniels, and those guys are going to have to step up and carry the weight on defense. And Marcus back there at DB, we're counting on him a lot, but he's going to be playing a lot of so we're going to have to rotate him around.
Yeah.
On the offensive side of the ball, I still believe our offensive line as a group could be one of the best offensive lines in the city if we can get them to get it done, get them going. But we're looking at Spoon. Spoonmore is a good quality tackle. Just got to get him moving his feet. We're relying on him. Cameron, we're relying on at tight end. I think he's going to have a great season with the offense that we're running. You were running the same offense last year. We didn't know if we were going to be able to do it, Jim, so we committed to it, and so we're going to do it now. So we're still building that offense.
Sure.
But I think Cameron, the quarterbacks are going to be battling for that job. I think both of those 2 kids, once they get some games under their belt, are going to be pretty good. And I think our running backs, Chris Washington, I think he could have a great year. Your son running at tailback could have a great year. And I think we have 2 quality quarterbacks, which is going to be a battle.
Yeah.
And so everybody else, Marcus is going to play, and then we've got back Amari will be back with us, which gives us a good threat.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to play D and O, and I think once we get Amari and get him rolling around there, I think those are the guys that are going to make it happen. Everybody else, we're bringing them along and waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, no, that's a good that's a good thing, man. I mean, you know, both of us play like, you know, Chris. You know, I know he played a little bit last year. You know, because he had to play behind. Oh gosh, what's my man's name?
Boy, the running back.
Yeah.
How quick we forget.
I know, right?
Oh
I
no.
see. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hugo. He had to play
Hugo. Oh, Hugo. And I get him mixed up with his brothers. I call him.
Okay, yeah. So he had to play a lot behind him, and there was another guy who was, you know, and so I did see him last year in a couple of games, and you know, I've seen him, you know, in the 7-on-7. So you know, I'm expecting good things from Chris, and even in the scrimmage against Birmingham, you know, I'm expecting good things in him, and then also
I think we have 4 running backs that are all pretty equal, so we'll be able to have a stable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Run guys hard, then pass guys. So we got some depth there, so we can stay fresh.
Absolutely.
At running back, which we really didn't have last year.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's going to change a little bit of the way we do things this year too.
Yeah, it's funny because you know you mentioned Xavier, and I after you know, looking at his huddle film that he kind of put together, I was like, man, the way he played, I was like, you remind me of Sire a little bit. How you were kind of, you know, running to the tackles, and not just running to the tackles, they were like textbook tackles, right? I mean, you know, low and wrapping them up. And I know a lot of the guys even at the scrimmage, you know, they were missing some tackles, and so I'm just like, okay, you know, hopefully, like
hey,
I know we don't want to talk about it.
Well, no, it's hey, we preach. Yeah, I know you know this. We preach no arm tackles.
Yes.
24/7. You got to run through the man. You can't arm tackle a good running back. So hopefully they experience that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you mentioned the O-line with Spoonamore. You know, I'm anxious to see my big dude. Oh gosh, see, his name just left me too.
Dylan. Big Dylan.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see him and Christian, you know, and then Nick. You know, I'm anxious to see those guys and see what they're going to do, because you know they look intimidating on that front line. And so, you know, once you get those guys going, you get the running backs going, you get the guys, you know, receiving the ball. Cameron, is that his name?
Cameron.
And what's my other guys? The young guy, Michael.
Wide receiver.
Yeah, receiver.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon.
See,
Braden or Brandon.
Yeah. See, names.
Braden. Get out there. Yeah, that kid is a great receiver.
Yeah.
And he'll be doing some great things for him. We're going to get the ball to him a lot.
Absolutely.
I think, Jim, you're going to see a team that's totally different by the time we get to league. I really think that what you're seeing right now is going to be a lot of growing pains.
Yes.
We're going to make a lot of mistakes because we're young.
Yes.
But we're going to get better. We've got the guys to get better. They just need to be able to get the work in and play some games. Learn how to play.
Yeah, they just need the reps. That's what it is. They need to get the reps. And so
big Dylan, I think if we can get him to get off the ball and get going downhill for him, he would be something that you have to deal with as a defense.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know,
absolutely, yeah. If he can get the technique for O lineman, that'll be great. And then I'm just so happy at the prospect of the season.
Exactly.
Right? Just the possibilities, right? Of what
I wouldn't want to play in front of that guy, would you?
No, I wouldn't. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
So we got to get him with that mindset. There's nobody in our league, I think, that I've seen would be able to match up with him if he would, if we get him the technique going. Because he could be a real factor in what we do.
Yeah. Woo, man. So I know you guys are ready. I'm sure you're still putting together your plan for against El Camino. So it's going to be a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And then in closing, last question.
Sure.
How do you feel about El Camino's football field and them having to play elsewhere this season due to their instability of the artificial turf over there.
Well, you know something, Jim? All the kids and all the coaches, and probably you too. Have you looked on the bottom of your shoes
Yeah,
lately? I got half the field on my shoes.
yeah,
And
yeah.
all the coaches and players do. It's all over the place. That field is just bad.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I feel so. First of all, that's my old high school. I went there as a young lad, so I kind of feel bad for the players
Oh
because
yeah.
they've worked so hard to play at home, and now they'll probably have to play at Pierce College. That's where our home games were because we didn't have lights back then, and so we had
Yeah.
all of our home games. And so just looking at some of the tweets, and they might have to play it at Pierce College. But thank goodness, our field is intact, and we're going to do what we can this coming Friday. So, Coach, can you
All
encourage?
right.
Can you encourage? How would you invite folks to come out and watch the football game this coming Friday?
I would say come out and watch. We're going to be exciting. Okay, our offense is exciting, as you well know from last year, and our defense is exciting. So you're going to see us grow, and it's going to be exciting. You'll see a totally different football team this Friday night than you saw in the scrimmage. So if you're a regular spectator, you're going to see the growth. You're going to be able to measure the growth, and you're going to have fun doing that because we are a very young team, and we are going to grow. And when you see us growing, I think that's what's going to be exciting. That's for a coach to see a team grow is one of the most exciting things for a coach. And I think that for a spectator that knows the game of football, for them to see us grow will be exciting in itself because we're going to get better. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to get better.
Absolutely. Eric Ponce is watching, and he says, "Hi, Duke is that guy rooting for y'all to win city." Eric, hopefully we will, but I think we just want to take it one game at a time, right, Coach I Duke?
Hey, let's take Friday night one at a time.
Absolutely. But I appreciate, Eric, I'm not discounting your statement. I appreciate it, man, because, you're trying to build confidence in the boys. You want them, want them to think that they can do it. And so the Pally supporters, I'm happy to know that there's folks who believe in Coach Hyduke, who believe in Pally football and really want them to do really, really well this season. So, Coach.
And we will. We will.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
said, and we will. We will. We will. One way or another, Jim, we will.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach, I appreciate you hopping on, man, despite the, you having to, drive 85 miles an hour from Temesco all the way up to 405 and getting home. I appreciate your wife for helping to set up the live stream. So, give her a fist bump for me, hug for me, and I know she's right.
She'll probably give me a slap.
That's right. But I appreciate you, Coach. I'll see you on Friday night.
All right. Sounds good, Jim. Nice talking with you.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So that was Coach Hyduke, if I can get myself together over here. That was Coach Hyduke. And so, he just hopped in, and, I appreciate him hopping on really, really. You guys just don't know. It's hard for coaches, especially leaving at 5 or 5:30 from Palisades and trying to get all the way out to Redondo Beach by a specific time. So he told me that he wanted to hop on, but he was stuck in traffic. So just again, thank you, Coach Hyduke. And so other than that, guys, we are done. I think we went over our 30 or 40 minutes that we normally go over, but thank you for hanging out. Just a few comments before we leave tonight. Octavia says that she will be here Friday, and the LA watch. And watching in LA made her appreciate me. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Octavia. And we saw Mel. Thank you, Mel Wigfield, for watching. And he says Coach Todd has the JV team looking awesome. And then we just also showed Eric's response talking about Coach Hyduke is that guy. So I really appreciate you guys watching and tuning in tonight. If you're still watching, again, if you watch the replay, just go ahead and put in hashtag replay squad. That way I know that you kind of watch bits and pieces of the interview, of the live, and we really appreciate it. All right, so we're going to close out again. We hope to see everyone this coming Friday, 4 o'clock for the JV, 7 o'clock for the varsity at the Stadium by the Sea. Come on out and let's go get our first win of the season for week 0. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. And as always, go Pally. Peace out.
Hey, win on me, win on 3, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing with a P!